Hi folks, and welcome to Dazzle Rebel Rides. Now you might have noticed there's a little bit of a difference with the image you're seeing at the minute. That's because I've got the screen on. This is the first time I've used the screen in bloody ages. I think the last time I used this in fact was over 2 years ago when I went to Wales for the Mach 1 festival, the Nick Sanders Expedition Centre with the missus. If you're interested in seeing what that's about, take a look at the link up there. Now the reason I got this screen on now is it's middle of November. It's getting quite cold. At the minute, in fact, it's about 3 or 4 degrees centigrade, and that equates when you get rolled into being in the minus numbers, you know, especially once you're over 50-60 mile an hour. Let's close this in. So I decided to stick it on really just to take a bit of the wind chill off. The thing is though, it turns the Chief Vintage into a completely different kind of motorcycle when you do. Even though, you know, all I've done is put a windscreen on the front. You know, I'll keep the saddlebags on most of the time because they're quite handy to have. It's weird, it just feels like it's more sluggish. It isn't, I mean it probably isn't, but it just feels as though it is. It feels like it's a bit more of a laid back, easy going, don't particularly want to go anywhere very fast kind of bike. And I'm sure that's just completely psychological because I like naked bikes. I like to feel the wind in my face. I like to have that visceral experience. And putting this screen on makes things quite sedate. You know when you're tucked down right behind the screen, you don't think you're going half as fast as you do. This is one of my favourite roads, this. It changes obviously with the year because it's such a rural area, and at the minute you've got these lovely golden brown colours out there. It's a nice bit of road, but you know, with this being the UK, you can't get many roads that are very quiet, and this is about as quiet as it gets. I've got a 4x4 in my arse at the minute, hurrying me down this lane. But this bit of road across this sometimes quite busy bit of road is my favourite stretch of road that is less than 8 miles or so outside of a city. I don't believe I've ever been right here before, so let's give that a shot, shall we? It's alright, it's a bit loud, so I didn't want to start the horses. That's alright. I wouldn't normally switch off. I'd just glide and try and keep the revs as low down as possible to try and keep the engine as quiet. But that horse at the back looks a bit nervous. I mean, I'm not a horse rider. I don't know. I didn't grow up around horses, but I just thought that was the best thing to do, really. Plus, the other thing as well, actually, things like that and doing things like that actually gives it means that we're not all tired of the same brush as being bikers. Because if someone isn't a biker and they don't know anyone who is, we do tend to get a bit of a bad reputation still. We are still seen as a bit weird, you know, still outsiders, and although for most of us that's what draws us to it, for a lot of us anyway, you know, we're not all hooligans, at least not 100% of the time. I think I'm going to try it down here. Tythe Green Burial Ground. You know what, this place, it's a bit of a trek out, but I like the idea of it. I do like the concept of it. Basically, it's I can't film inside it because it's not something that they allow. I mean, it's a, you know, it's a solemn place after all. But essentially, it's not like a normal graveyard with headstones and things. Basically, it's just like an open area where they plant trees. Basically, what they do is like an open area that they're turning into woodland, and they're doing that where they're planting. When you die, you say you buy a plot, you either bury your body or your ashes there, and then they plant a tree on top of you. I think you can choose the tree. You've got an option of trees as well, and it's quite a nice concept, I think. Look at this, the low winter sun. I will not make the mistake of going down there again, because last time I did, I got rather wet. Here's a clip. Cheers, mate. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave me some comments, share the love, and as always, if you like to ride, be sure to subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye.